Hi chickens, how are we doing today? So good to have you back here. It's a Friday and as you can hear, I'm feeling much perkier and so much more energized than I have been. Thank you guys so much for your kind words and for contacting me and for the messages you've left. You really are just amazing and it touched my heart. So really thank you so much. Right, today I wanted to bring you a little project based on some of the packaging that I usually send out with lots of my goodies. I'm sure if you haven't received anything from me, you will have some of these things anyway, but I thought that today I wanted to do something a little different with the packaging bits. So I've taken my bags, I've ironed them, I've steamed them and ironed them so that they're pretty straight. We are going to cut them, so that's all right. I've taken this one, and this one's from my mini journal, but it doesn't matter which bags you're using. Any journal, we're going to cover things and whatever. So you want 2 bags. These bags, I'll give you a quick measurement here. They are 8 1/4 wide and 10 1/2 long. Okay, you want to grab 2 of those. Okay. I'm just going to put those to the side for the moment. I've also made some ephemera that you can see at the top of my screen here, just so that I don't forget. I've used this mini page. All 4 of these we're going to make tags, sorry. So it's this one. And I've also used this page to make the remainder pretty much of everything. We're going to use this whole page. All right, so anything that you have, any collage page, or you can make your own collage page with scraps and fussy cuts or whatever you want to do, but that's what I've used. All right, so I'm going to show you some other bits that you need to gather here quickly. I've just put it in a pile. I'm using the tissue paper. This one comes from, I think, my ribbon pack. So you want a piece of tissue. This one measures 10 1/2 by about 7. You want 2 pieces of this. All right, so that's that. I'm going to cut the bags, these little bags as well that I use. Grab that. You want 2 of those if you've got 2 of those, and you want some tea stain paper. All right, so that's what you want to do. Right, let's start with the tissue paper. Now what I've done with this is I'm going to take it lengthwise, and this is why I say approximate measures are all you need. I'm just going to fold this completely in half like that. Yeah, and call me crazy, but I did try this last night. I'm going to run my glue stick over the bottom half like that. There we go. And carefully now, because you want to do this carefully. It is a bugger if it sticks. Right, you want to just work that up, and I'm going from the fold line. I learned this is trial and error, so I'm going to just ease it there and put those 2 together. Because the tissue paper is so delicate, you want to just be careful with that. All right, I'm going to use that fold line, makes no difference, but at the top here, I'm going to fold it in half, just so I can get a center mark. I'm going to open it up like this. And now we're just going to fold over this piece here about 1 1/2 inches, so about 4 centimeters over, just to make like a little pocket. You don't have to be precise with this. I'm just putting some glue there, a little bit of glue in the middle, and a little bit of glue on there like that. And then I'm just going to stick it down. Okay, so you want to do that to 2 pieces. We're going to use this as a little pocket like that. All right, and then what I want you to do is take your bags. You got 2 bags, and we are going to cut these, but not quite in half. So what I did with the one, I cut this one. I'm not going to cut these in half because I've already cut, but I cut it just below the Y on Mary there. All right, so that's going to be the one piece and the other. And then with this one, I have cut it. I'll tell you a measurement. 4.5 inches from that edge to that edge. So 4.5 inches is 11.5 centimeters. All right, so that's what you're going to do. You've got this there, you've got that piece here, and you've got that piece there, and you can see when you put them on top of each other that you've probably got 1/8 of an inch either side. This one's going to be a cover, and this one's going to be an inside piece. All right, so that's what we've got there. So that's there, and then the same with the other bag. All right, I've done the bigger piece over here, which is just below the Y, and then the other piece over there. Right, so this one we've got 2 of each. All right, so what I've done was I've taken this piece without the Merry Christmas, and I'm going to just glue. Now you can make these pockets, but I'm not going to because I've got enough pockets going on. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to just glue this bit at the top together, right, and fold it in half like I've done. So that's going to be a little cover. And then the other piece, this piece here with a Merry Christmas, I've got this bit open. We're going to use those 2 pockets, but what I want to do here is put some glue just on the edge here like that, just to close the base of this pocket, and you can stitch this if you prefer. Right, so there we go. Right, so you've got that also folding in half, so that's got its 2 little pockets. You've got that bit there, and then you've got this bit with the opening over here, and you want to just glue the base. So just do that with a bit of glue at the base, and on that side, and then just run your finger over there. So you've got these 2 are the same with the openings at the top. Fold it in half, and then you've got this bit that we want to just put some glue at the top here. All right, so this one I'm not going to use the pocket, so I'm not worried about it. Now you can go and sew this with your machine, and I would normally do that, but I'm not today. Not today, Josephine. Right, closing that in half, we've got that. So we've got 2 covers, all right, 2 little covers, and we've got 2 little inners, but I'm going to swap these over, so I've got 1 in each. Okay, so I'm going to put that one in there, I'm going to put that one in there. Okay, then what I wanted to do is I've got these. Again, I've ironed all this stuff as smooth as I can, but I also have this one in my stash, and I think I used this long ago. But any bag that you have. Now these bags, again, 4.5 inches, so that's 11.5 by almost 7. It's about anything that you have. If you don't have any bags, you can make them from paper, grease-proof parchment, vellum, tracing paper, wrapping paper. All right, any of that would work. I'm just folding these directly in half. I'm going to put the gold one in there and the red one in here. So I'm going to put that in the middle like that, and this one like that. Excuse my hands, I've got ink everywhere, and I've even tried to scrub them. Right, there we go. So we've got that. Right, the next little bit is we want to take our little tissue bit that we've now got a little pockets there. I've folded that in half. We're going to put that in the middle at this point, and I should have another one that I've done. There we go, exactly the same, and that I'm putting in here. Wrapping paper is another good way to do all of this. Right, what I've done now is I've taken 4 sheets of tea stain paper. If you don't like to make tea stain paper, any paper will do, of course. But I do have a printable that prints tea stain paper if you're interested. But I've taken 4 sheets, and I've just measured from my cover bit here 1/8 of an inch shorter. So I think for these, this is 5 inches wide. All right, so 5 inches I think is 12.5 centimeters, if that serves me right. Yep, Gosh, I'm getting good with this. Okay, and that's just the width of my A4. All right, if you've gotten a US letter, you might need to trim a little bit off, but just check. All right, the way to do that is just open up your cover bit, lie it down like this, and you don't want it exceeding the edges. Anything other than that, just slice it off. All right, so that goes in there. Now what I've done here, and why my fingers are full of ink, I have put some stamps on here. So I've just been using the 3 Christmas colors that I have for this year, which are Rusty Hinge, which is like a gold color. I've got Rustic Wilderness for the green, and my fave this year, Lumberjack Plaid, which is a deep red. I love it. So I've used those 3 just to stamp on some stamps here, and I've used an oldie but a goodie, Tattered Christmas CMS 318, Stampers Anonymous. I've used these, which are nice and smallish, and they've got the little quotes as well. So I've used pretty much, I think except for 3, I used them all. Yeah, and I do like this one. So I was able to put a little sentiment at the top and little image here. I done decked the halls like that, so you can just see what I've done. In the meadow we can build a snowman, a little bauble, have yourself a Merry Christmas, and there we go, 4 of those. Right, so I've done that with both pieces and folded them in half. So I've folded these in half already, and I'm just going to fold them in half this way. So this is just a lovely little notebook to put into your journal, or a lovely little gift to add to somebody's stocking or something like that. And I think it's a great way to put your little thoughts and notes or your lists or anything like that for Christmas, especially when it comes to who you're buying what, who you're sending cards out to, and all that sort of thing. Right, so we have a pile there and a pile here, and all I want to do is I want to sort of get this in order. Now I've got 4 goodies here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a page and put it in the front, and then I'm going to have the little pockety bit, and I'm going to take another one, the little inner pocket bit, and then one of these. I don't want this quite in the middle because it's very fragile. Then I'm going to take one of those like there, and then finish with one of these in the middle. All right, and I'm going to just pack it all together. There we go. Awesome. Okay, and I'm going to put my little clip on here, just like that. And the same with this one. Now I'm going to quickly go and get my needle and thread. You want your needle and thread. We're going to just do a quick little sewing pamphlet stitch in here, and we'll move on after that. Okay, so we are going to take the other one now and sew it in. So I've got my needle, I've got some thread, and my pokey tool here, and my little sponge block that I'm just going to pierce it with. So all you want to do is go through this, line up the papers as you would like them. So they're not many, so you can do that. I'm pretty much just wanting my tea stained ones to be you know, pretty lined up. Move that one further down, that one there, this in the middle, and then this one on top of that one. Right, just push them into the center, your fold line there, and I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to just take my little clip, and I'm sure you all know how to do this. Need a longer clip. Let's just move that up a little bit. There we go, one over there, and then put on your clip. That is just going to keep it in where you want it. Okay, now just using my little pokey tool here, I am just winging it. I'm doing a hole in the middle. I'm going to do one just over there, inside of those pages, and then over there, halfway in between these two, and halfway there. Okay, and then I'm sure you all know how to do this, as I say, but if you don't, I just like to clip my little thread over here. Now the thread needs to be 3 times the length of your, or width of your booklet. I start in the middle there. We'll come one up like that, go to the top one, come out over here, miss the middle one up, come out the very top like that, back to this one and out where we started. I'm just going to go the other side of that. There, right, that's done. Take the clip off, give a little pull, and just make a double knot. There we go, and cut those off. So really easy. You could just take your sewing machine and stitch right through the middle if you fancy it. It's not thick at all. Right, so we've got all of that there. Then just take each page and fold it back. You've got your little pockets there. You've got a little booklet. So cute that you can decorate and write and do whatever you want with. I just love those pages as they are, but you know, as you get going with it, you might want to add things. So I'm going to just show you ever so quickly a couple of things that I'm going to do for the cover. Right, so with this one, I have taken these 2 bits from my ephemera pack. It was this bit here. I've added some music paper and some of that gold sentiment page, and that's what I'm going. I've just put that together there. This again, this piece in the middle is from my ephemera. I've added some checked background and again the gold sentiment. I'm going to stick that on the front just like that. I'm going to keep it a little bit higher because I'm going to put a little bit of lace on there. All right, so before I stick that down, and I've got my 2 little booklets here, I've got a couple of things. 2 bits of lace, cream and red. I've got a little pocket I'm going to stick in. I found these scrappy bits and I thought, oh, maybe I'll use those. We'll see. And then I've got some poinsettias here from these. I've got a wreath I might stick on. I've got a couple of bits that I might use. And then these are just fussy cuts from one of my background pages. So that's what we've got here. And 2 bits of seam binding. So I thought I'd use the red for here and the gold for here. Right. And then what I'm going to do is, I might actually, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use those as little tabby bits, just because they're scraps and want to use them up. So the bit of seam binding isn't too long. It's crunched up. If I put it tight, it's 30 inches, so 3/4 of a meter. All right, so that's what I've got there. That's sort of the halfway mark. And I think I'm going to put this underneath here. So you could actually put it through here. That little goodie that we've just used. Where's my pencil? Here it is. So I am going to thread it through here like that. And that's just where we sewed now to sew it in. This is just going to help me to get it where I want it. Right, with my glue now, lots of bits on the table, I do apologise. I want to just take my beacon. I've added some acetone today, so it's not so thick. That's the word. I'm just going to add some glue in here and stick this down as flat as I can get it before I put the bit on the top. So let's put some on there. Right. And I'm going to just get that pretty flat there, like that. Now you might want to actually put a little clip on there while you're doing that, because it is wrinkled, so clip it down. Okay, and now I'm able to stick that just over the top there. I'm going to also use this little scrappy bit. You don't have to do this. This is just scraps I'm picking up from around. I'm going to put a bit of glue on that, like this, and just get it on there, just a little bit, and then I'm going to stick this down. Easy peasy. It's best just to get what you've got lying around, and literally I've got a little pot on my desk of little things that I find and don't use at the end of a video, and I've thrown them in there, so I just keep all these little, and then the paper scraps in my tray. So I'm just going to get this close to the top. I'm going to move my clip out of the way and get that down there like that. There we go. Right. And then, while I'm at it, where's the red lace? We're going to take some red lace. We're going to just trim the end. And I'm going to stick that on there. So I'm just going to stick that right over there, which is perfect for this. And then I'm going to get that over like that and do the same. Now I'm going to just let that one dry, and then same thing with this. So just to show you quickly, stick that behind there. We can do that. So just taking this little scrap now, stick that behind there. Right, I'm going to stick this down with my seam binding, but didn't want to cover the little robin. So let me do that quickly and I'll be right back. Right, so I've stuck that on. Same thing, put on the lace. This will just tie at the back, in the front, go over. I'm leaving it loose. So I've done all of that, and now I've got a little fussy cut robin from my background pages, and I'm just going to stick him down along with the little pine cone on there, and I've got a poinsettia there and a poinsettia here. So we want to just get this on. And then we'll just stick on our little poinsettias, and these are amazing. They come in different sizes along with all those extra Christmas embellishments, and I really love them. They're good, great quality. I'm going to just use my little bigger clip for that, I think. So I just want to squash that down like that, and then we can do this one, and then we'll just put that right there. Perfect. And we'll get that stuck down like that. There we go. Right. Now, while that's drying, I'm just going to put that to the side. I just wanted to talk you through how I put together my little cards and everything. This is a great idea for whenever you've got to size cards for a project. Now, what I did was I took that sheet that I shared with you, these two. Let's start with this one. And I wanted to put these into the half pockets of the paper bag, the large pockets. So let me just show you which ones I mean. So I'm looking to put 2 tags into the half bags here. So for these here, so what I did was I cut templates. So that's what I do. So what did I do with them? No, I just had them. Here we go. So just packaging. I cut a piece for the size that I want. So that is going to go into this pocket here. And then I can see exactly how much is going to stick out, etc. All right. So that's what I did there. Cut it out of scrap card, cereal box, anything. Then I also wanted pockets for the little bags over here. And I did the same thing. So by doing that, you're sizing up what you want and how that's going to work. So there we go. All right. And then I also wanted 2 little tags to go into the little tissue paper pockets over here. And that's how I did it. So get your templates cut, and then it makes the job easy. So that's what I did to get these sorted. So with these, I thought, fine, once you've got this cut out, now a great idea, and I just didn't have any, is acetate. You know, back in the day when teaching was first a thing, we had overhead projectors and you got those acetate sheets. And you know what, when I did my teacher's training, that's what we used. There weren't smart boards and everything else, and definitely not computers. Right, so cut your template out of that, because when you put it over, you can see exactly what's what underneath. Right, so I've cut mine there, and then all I do was I took my pencil and drew around those like that. Okay, now before I cut anything out, you want to stick something on the back. So whether that's another sheet of paper, mine is 160 GSM in pound weight, that's about 60 pound weight. All right, so it works. Or card, so whatever, cereal box or anything that you have. All right, if your cereal box or your card is the grey colour that you don't like, you can always use it and take a thin piece of paper and print out a background page and use that. So, you know, use that packaging up. So that's how I did that. Now I cut tags like this out of all 4 of these. All right, so you can see with my template, those are the 4 that I've done. So those are good to go. That's what I used, 2 for each of these little notebooks. And then on this one, I printed out this background page from my Spirit of Christmas background kit. It's it's a reuse page. I did take my lace page, I think it was. Yes. And I stuck it with my glue stick all over. And then I had my whole canvas here for what I wanted to do. And then what I did was I needed 4 of these, 2 for each, and I needed 4 of these. Now I was just 1 short in the end. All right, so you can see this is what I've done here. This I've cut out from there. It's just a case of placing it down and drawing around it. This I cut from there, I did over there, I did over here, and then I think the bird is the only one I was short. So I've got the little girl, I've got that bit over there, I've got this one over there, and that's how I went. And I was just 1 short, so I took this from the other background page with the red border that's got the little bird. So there's my 4 little tags for the tissue paper. There are my ones for the little spotted bags. I've got 2 going this way, 2 going the other way. All right, so these 2 are going to go together in one, and these 2 are going to go together in the other. Okay, so 1 tab for each side of the bag. Now the bag needs a trim with a pair of scissors, so we'll have to do that. But that's how I went about making all of those, so really not hard. And then all we need to do is very, very little, really. So we've got our 2 little books that are now nicely set. You can decorate these as much or as little as you want. For example, just taking a piece of paper here and made myself a little pocket just to show you as an example. And you can stick that on there. You can put tuck spots, whatever you want. Belly bands, whatever you need as you're crafting. So you could put that on. I'm not going to put it on now, but I'm just giving you ideas. You've got all then your spots to write on. Here comes your first little goodie to tuck in. So I'm going to use these. We're going to put 1 in there and 1 on the other side. Now again, this is where you need trimming. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim the end of this off. Now you can do this before, probably easier, but you just need to take a sliver off the end of that, and that's all you need to do. All right, so there we go. And then this one is going to peek out this side. All right, and then we want to put in our little longer tag. So I'm going to have 1 with that ribbon and 1 with this. And then we'll put those two in the other. So these then go into the longer pockets. So in there. And then in there, like that. And then all that we need to put in now are our small ones. So that will go in here. So we want, just seeing what I've got. So I think I'll go like that. All right. So we'll put one in there. And one in there. Right, so you've got loads of ephemera in here already, just in that little notebook. And how cute is this? This would make a sweetest little gift. Honestly, it would. Just a small thing that you can make in such a short time. And then you just want to use your little seam binding closure like that. Now, if you don't want to see that side of it at the front of your journal, you can just turn your card around, she says. There we go. Right, there we go. There's the one. And then it's a chunky little thing, isn't it? And then over here as well. So let's just tuck one of these in there. Yeah. We want to put one of these longer ones in here, and I'm going to turn it that way. There we go. You want your little one in there. I'm going to have to chop one off at the end of the bag off in a minute. So there we go. And we want this one in here. Perfect fit. See, with your template, the world's your oyster. You can do anything you like. Keep smacking the glass. And then I'm going to just trim the little bag off. That one goes in there. And that's it. Job's done. Bring your little bit around. Tie your little closure. And how cute are those? Little packet notebooks. I think they're adorable. And that's our little project for today. Now, I did bring these other bits and already forgotten. These I thought would look great inside your journal. All right, so you've got all those little embellishments are really easy to stick on. And I might do that when I get working with it. But these are so cute and I just love them. Really do. And here on the back you can see the little robins as well. And here the little snow scene. So you might want to put something over there, maybe. All right, everyone, that's our little Friday project today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Go and invest in some scrappy little cereal box templates or packaging templates. Packaging is amazing. I think one of the first series I ever did was about 3 Christmases or maybe 4 Christmases this Christmas ago, where I did a whole recycling with packaging, and Christmas gave me all the inspiration to do that. Go and throw these together with some packaging and astound yourself. These are amazing. We can slip one into our signature, or it can go in the back pocket of your journal or with your journal, but these are great just to put into your handbag, give to a friend, or just for some notes that you want to write down for Christmas. Go and write your Christmas lists in there, and those you need to go and send cards to, and there you go. You've got a little bag that can pop in your purse and off you run. Have a wonderful weekend. I know that it's American Thanksgiving next Thursday. I'll be thinking of you guys, but I'll be speaking to you twice before then. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.